Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Caravan of Garbage, where we're making our way through the Bourne franchise.
Making our way through the Bourne franchise. Having a good time. We
do this a lot.
Yeah, I've only got
And then
three.
Ben puts in the Vanessa Carlton.
I've only got 2 jokes, James.
Yeah.
What's the second one? I'll never tell. I just do this one. I kept the other one for me.
Great. Well, when you're ready to get serious and make some actual money, you can bust that out. That would be great.
Okay.
Holding out on me.
Because, up until this point, Vanessa Carlton takes all our view revenue, so...
That's right. Anyways, please leave a like because we are talking about the second Bourne movie, the Bourne Supremacy. It was supposed to be the last, but, This one, of course, is directed by Paul Greengrass.
Of course.
Because as we talked about last week, Doug Liman, it was a contentious...
That's right.
Conceptuous. No. They didn't have a good time, did they?
Did they?
We talked about it last week.
I wasn't listening.
Oh, okay, never mind.
Yeah.
So Paul Greengrass takes over from here on out.
And you know what they say? Paul Greengrass, you're out on your ass.
Yep.
Doug Liman.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
The Paul Greengrass is greener on the other side.
Yep, that was also good.
Yep. Beer and Paul Greengrass, you're on your ass.
That's exactly right.
Greengrass and beer, you're in the clear?
That's so true, isn't it?
Fantastic. Anyways, at the start of this movie, Bourne is living large and in charge of not remembering anything.
Oh, he's absolutely in charge of that.
But Carl Urban's after him, because he's also a Jason Bourne guy, but he's Russian.
They got a young Carl Urban, because an old Carl Urban wasn't available.
Where would you
yet.
even find one?
You couldn't.
Yeah.
He didn't exist yet.
Unless his dad's name was Carl Urban, but I don't think that's true.
No, that's true.
Yeah. In the book, that character is actually Carlos the Jackal, which, I don't know, that would have been cool.
From the movie The Jackal.
Yes.
Friends with Jack Black.
Friends with Jack Black the Jackal, that's right, Bruce Willis.
Wow.
Also Eddie Redmayne, etc. series.
Okay. So Robert Ludlum created The Jackal and also Jason Bourne.
I don't think he created it. I think
so he
just used
stole it.
Yeah.
Or is the Jackal a real guy?
I think he was a real guy, wasn't he?
Whoa. Then you can use him for free.
Yeah, that's
Especially
right.
if he's dead. Especially if he was killed by his own van-based machine gun.
Oh my God, you are not wrong. But I think overall, I think the narrative is weaker. Mm-hmm. I think a lot of it retreads things we've already seen.
It's more of the same. That's exactly what I was thinking. I was
Yeah.
thinking, can we sustain this for however many movies the Bourne franchise goes for?
Yeah, I think it's very frenetic. Apparently, the average length of shot is 1.9 seconds.
Oh, they were cutting it fine, weren't they?
They certainly were,
I feel like the action in this, though, is... It's not as interesting. They've just done a ton of cuts.
Yes.
Like I think they learn. We always talk about how Hollywood learned the wrong lesson from popular movies.
Yep.
I think they've even learned the wrong lesson from the previous movie in their franchise, because the other one did have some frenetic cuts, but it also seemed like there was a lot of skill. There was a lot of skill in the camera work, whereas I feel like this one is just kind of.
Yeah.
They put a camera in a paint shaker, you know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
They put a camera on the neck of a disapproving, rich, upper-class twit.
Or Boss Nass. Yeah, I think, because we're seeing things we've already seen, it's mostly him running around screaming at people about what he did in Berlin. And they're like, I don't know. You did it. It's you. And he's like, no, you tell me. You tell me what I did. So there's that. And there's also, he gets caught in a facility and he has to get out of it. There's a zippy European car chase. He beats somebody to death with like a household item. He uses a magazine in this, and the previous one he uses a pen.
One time, your brother, the one I like, showed me how to make a club out of a newspaper.
What, using just a newspaper?
Yes.
Just rolling it real tight?
Yes, and then you do a bit of a fold in it.
Oh, yeah.
And you club a man with it.
Absolutely.
It's a shame they don't, it's not handy anymore because you can't get a newspaper
Can't get a
anywhere.
newspaper to save yourself, mate.
Usually that was just an easy way to save your life in a McDonald's. But now you can't even get one.
Can't do it, mate.
Yeah.
Also, like, the villain is just, it's a shady old white guy who's doing treadstone stuff. Like, we did that. We did all of that already. But the original story for this, which I think is much more interesting, Brian Helgeland, he did a rewrite on Tony Gilroy's initial draft.
Okay.
And that initial draft was, so originally Marie dies by accident at the start. She's in a bus crash. Bourne goes berserk on the driver. He goes Jason Bourne, almost killing him. And then the police arrest him. And then a large portion of the movie, he's in an Indian prison. And he has to make a bunch of allies, and there's enemies in there who want him dead. So it's a prison break movie. And then he does some memory stuff at the end.
Oh, I see.
And I think that's interesting because, like, put Bourne in a different scenario.
Exactly.
Yeah. Whereas this, it's like, I don't know. Again, all the things that I said. And, you've got your Carl Urban character who You want revenge to happen upon him for shooting Marie.
That's right.
But he disappears for like an hour and a half.
Yeah, he's got to get some new cool sunglasses.
Yeah, I guess he does. So, I don't know. I just think it kind of gets lost trying to retread things without...
retread stone things.
Retread stone things. But even having him go up against a Carlos the Jackal type character for like the length of the movie, I think would even work better. Bearing in mind also, this is not a bad movie.
I agree with you.
It's a good movie.
I agree.
I agree with you.
Any movie's a good movie. It's tough to make a movie.
It's tough. I mean, it seems easy. You just point a camera and you'd be like, you say this, you say that. Whatever.
That's right. Now we just pick up that. Yep. Pick up that paperweight. Now hit him with it.
Yep. There's that.
Not for real though. Sorry, I should have said that in advance.
Yeah.
You shouldn't have hit him for real then.
Yep.
He's dead now.
Oh, I need to put the lights on as well. We're gonna need lights for this scene.
Oh, I've left the lens cap on. Sorry, I left the lens cap on for 2 months. We're gonna have to do some reshoots. You know, it actually sounds kind of difficult now that
I guess it does.
Now that we've run through that real scenario.
That's right, yeah. In this, he does, of course, meet another Jason Bourne man who has the audacity to think he can fight the real Jason Bourne handcuffed.
Come on, man.
How did you think that was going to go?
Right?
Come on, man. I mean, he does get a knife at one point, but you got to be better. You got to be smarter. You got to be more Jason Bourne.
You got to remember, nothing's going to stop Jason Bourne from yelling at you and asking what happened in Berlin, right? Doesn't matter, you've got a knife.
No.
A knife's not going to stop him asking you what happened in Berlin.
He'll slap that out of your hand and he'll ask you what he did in Berlin, which is shoot a family or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's
Should have
good.
just checked his diary.
Yeah.
Dear diary.
Shot a family,
you know?
Off the books.
That's right. Shh. Don't tell anyone,
Got a
diary.
little padlock on the front of the diary.
Yeah, that's right. And he keeps the key close to his heart.
Yeah. What is interesting, I guess, about that fight scene is that fight coordinator Jeff Amata, they'd set up a room and then be like, well, what would Bourne or what would somebody use in this room? Oh, there's a magazine. We could roll that up and
WWJBD.
Exactly.
They all carried those bracelets, so they knew what to do.
And it means something. Yeah. I like all of that. Oh, another thing I like about this is there are long sequences of stuff that you wouldn't necessarily see in a spy movie. That sounds bad, what I just said.
How do you mean?
Well, you know, like, this is not a good example, but you harken back, and we've talked about this before, to like the original James Bond movies. There'll be a long lingering shot of James Bond in his hotel room and he's called downstairs because there's someone on the phone and he walks through the corridor and you get the James Bond music. Yeah. And he's like, hello. And they're like, oh, hello, Bond. There's a Goldfinger or whatever.
Sure. That's right. A Goldfinger? I'll be in Jamaica at once. In real time.
That's right.
Now I've got to walk to the airport. Yeah, there was a lot of space in those movies.
And in this, there's a moment where he has to get hold of Pamela Landy, or he has to find out what is the deal with this woman who's tracking him down from the CIA. And there's a sequence of events for him to find out what hotel she's in and then what room she's in and then following her to her workplace and then getting across the rooftop to like find, who's working in the office and then ask her questions about what he was doing in Berlin, etc., or whatever he's doing. It's not just, he just knew. You see his process, and I love all of that.
He's a little bit detective-y.
Yeah.
And
he's holding up the sniper rifle and she's like, what if I don't know where this person is? He's like, well, I'm just standing right next to you. And then it goes, wow, Jason Bourne.
Absolutely,
etc.
Yeah.
There's a moment in that scene where someone says, we need 90 seconds to triangulate his position. And apparently the phone call goes for exactly 88 seconds.
Oh, he's good.
Good thing technology didn't advance from 2 years prior when, he was being Jason Bourne for real, but on the books, but off the book sometimes. Yeah, so that's fun. But then he just tells them where he is anyway, I guess. I'm across the roof, I'm looking at you.
God, he's good.
God, he's good, isn't he? He didn't even base jump. Which is the thing Tom Cruise would do.
Yeah, but Tom Cruise didn't exist yet, so...
He was literally making Mission Impossible movies at this time.
Not as far as I know.
Oh, Mason, speaking of things that you know.
Go on.
And as far as you know them, there's a tram in this. Where you at?
I agree with that.
But I know you've got a love of public transport.
That's right, I do.
Did you have a side gig doing that?
Absolutely. All the great tram movies of our time. This, The Grey Man. It's pretty good.
Speed?
No, that's a bus.
Speed 2. I'm thinking of Speed 2.
Yeah, thinking of Speed 2, yeah. Speed on a train.
Oh, another thing of note is there's a White Lotus Season 3 alumni in this. Michelle Monaghan.
That's true.
Last week we had Walter Goggins.
Oh, yeah.
Barely in it, but...
Yeah, I was going to say, and at this point, it's sort of like picking out people who are in the MCU. They're getting everybody, aren't they? You know what I mean?
Okay, that's a fair point.
Anybody who looks good in like a real washed-out Hawaiian shirt with a tan,
Yeah, okay, yeah, fair enough. Okay, I got a question for you about Carl Urban.
Go on.
Not his personal life. Do you know him? No. Okay, I don't have any questions about him personally, but...
I can answer them.
Okay. Is he happy?
Yeah.
In his life and his personal endeavors?
Yeah.
Is he going to make another Dredd movie or TV show?
Yep.
Do you think anybody will ever stop asking him about that?
Yeah.
Okay. You think?
As soon as he does.
Oh, okay, right, yeah. I don't know, man.
He told me.
I don't think he's going to do it. Not that he doesn't want to do it. I just don't think they're going to make it,
Right.
in my opinion. Carl Urban manages to shoot Jason Bourne's greatest love in the back of the head from like half a mile away with a sniper rifle.
When she's in a moving car.
And then later, he's standing behind Bourne. Bearing in mind, he does have a handgun, and he wings him in the shoulder. What's going on there?
Think he meant to do it?
Do you think they've written this in so the story continues? Because if you had just shot him in the back of the head, that's probably the end of the movie.
Yeah, I think he meant to do it because he knew the story had to keep going.
Okay,
and
right.
he knew he was not the main character.
Yeah, okay.
You know,
and there had to be a final car chase, etc.
Exactly.
Going on through Europe.
That mirrors the first car chase.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it? Yeah, it's actually shot for shot reversed. Wow. Did you know that?
Yeah.
Yeah, that is true.
Carl Urban told me.
Carl Urban told you.
Yeah, we're not friends, to be clear. We're not friends.
Yeah.
But I will answer personal questions about him.
No problem. This has also got one of those things that I think you used to hate in movies where you see an open window of a passenger side door at a car.
The car crash angle.
Or whatever.
Absolutely,
Oh, yeah, it doesn't necessarily have to be passenger side, but yeah. This one's pretty quick though, right? Like you don't get an extended hold on the shot.
That's true.
So you know what's going to happen.
Yeah. But
I immediately thought of you when that happened.
Thank you.
Yeah. And then I didn't give you a second thought after that.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Except waiting for that second joke you're going to do.
No,
we can finally make money. But I did. I kind of forgot about him during the movie. So by the time he comes around again and there's that showdown, and it's also kind of unsatisfying because he just kind of gets mangled in a car.
That's true.
Car Urban. And I just...
in a real Car Urban situation.
Yeah. I just think...
You ever met his cousin, Carl Countryside?
No, I haven't. What's he like?
He's not real.
Okay.
Nobody has that surname.
But you're answering questions on behalf of...
Yeah.
Okay.
Ask me whether he has a cousin called Carl Countryside.
Does he have a...
No, it's made up.
Oh.
I made it up. It's my other joke, secret revealed.
Wow.
Yeah.
Worth it. Oh my God. I'm just looking at my YouTube revenue. It's skyrocketing.
Yes. You're welcome.
Yeah, I just think the revenge that he got was not very satisfying.
Absolutely,
it didn't end in a fist fight or whatever.
And Carl Urban's character has no personal stake in that death. He's just
working
a guy.
for a guy who's working for a guy to frame Bourne for a thing so that somebody could hide some information. Brian Cox.
Should have been Brian Cox to take the shot. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
He's like, well, I'm too old for this, but I'm going to do this, take this person, do this personally, you know?
Would you like to see Jason Bourne fight Brian Cox?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
God, that would be exciting. Does Bourne actually kill anyone in this movie? This is just off the top of my head, thinking back. I don't know if he does.
Oh, you mean with his bare hands?
Or shoot anybody?
Is that what you want, is it? Is that what you want out of your action movies, is it?
I mean,
Is that what you want?
Sometimes they're good.
Will that satiate your bloodlust, James?
Yeah, probably, for a time.
Oh, that's okay. All right. Well, then this movie has failed.
Yeah. Because he's shooting people in the first one. He's riding guys down the center.
Yeah.
Etc. And you know what? He does. He kills that other Jason Bourne agent.
Correct.
So he does. He kills at least one person. That was a stupid question. This will not make the final cut, obviously.
You don't think so?
It might make the extended audio.
Yeah,
if it somehow makes it into the actual video, something's gone terribly wrong here.
Hey, Ben the editor here. Don't be so hard on yourself, James. It is notable that Bourne only kills one guy in this one. This has always been my favorite Bourne movie because his girlfriend dies and then the character gets really aggressive. Matt Damon doesn't smile once in this movie. In the first movie, he's like a nice guy, but losing Marie puts him on a dark path. And he doesn't have a companion anymore, so he spends the whole movie by himself, pissed off and aggressively driving the plot forward. And that might seem less interesting, but the contrast is really engaging. Note the intensity levels of these two interrogations.
Treadstone. Are you Treadstone? I know I was here, Nicky!
Between this sweet, unassuming guy to this cold and angry spy running around threatening everyone, never quite crossing the line, ultimately choosing to not succumb to the inner assassin that he's trying to move on from. And at this crossroads in his life, he ends up walking back towards the light. Get it?
But I think that scene at the end where he goes and visits the daughter because he killed parents off the books, which I think is okay.
Yeah.
I think that is a good make amends scene. It's a bit, if I was going to throw to a better franchise, the MCU.
Oh, yes.
It's a bit the Winter Soldier.
Yep, I guess that's true, yeah.
In the series in particular where he has to...
But again, we don't really know anything about her either.
Well, that's true also.
It's kind of, everybody's a little bit underbaked in this.
Yeah, I think I took it as like a general kind of, I'm sorry for all the stuff that I did.
Okay.
Like a
and
reckoning.
if you can actually tell all the other people that I did bad stuff to, if you could spread the word.
Yeah.
That would be nice.
I mean it.
Yeah, that's right.
But I've got a lot
busy.
going on.
I've got a lot going on. I got to do Jason Bourne stuff.
I got to stand behind a tram and then the tram goes and then I
I'm
disappear
gone.
and whatever. Yeah,
You think that's effortless, but there's actually a lot of timing and stuff going on there, a lot of prep time, you know?
Yeah, he had that bad knee for a bit, and then at the end he doesn't have his bad knee.
So true.
A man this age, you jump off a thing, you get a bad knee. You get a bad knee forever, man. I'm sorry.
Even thinking about jumping off the thing,
Yeah,
you know? Even like prepping to jump off the thing.
Yeah, you're going to feel that.
You got to stretch before you prep.
Absolutely. He barely gets a chance to stretch or prep in this. He's always on the run, doing silly things. He needs that super magnetic magic Batman knee brace.
Right?
That'd fix him right up, I reckon.
Imagine a whole body cast of that. Before you go to bed, put on
Pull
all
you
the
together.
braces.
Oh my God.
Or apart. I don't know how it works.
Wait, you're wearing it in bed?
Maybe. That's the perfect time. You having a lie down?
They actually added the scene afterwards where he calls Pam again. And
I
he's
see.
like, get some sleep, Pam, you're tired. Jason Bourne music or whatever. Yeah, because they felt it was a bit of a downer, him being like, sorry I killed your parents. And then he limps away.
Yeah. You want to end on a scene where he's cool and he's in control.
And his knee's better.
I think they probably should have done that as a recurring gag throughout the whole movie, though. Just keeps calling up Pam. Nice blouse. What is it? 1998?
He's very catty, isn't he?
Yeah.
He could be. He's capable of it, I'd imagine, through proper special ops training. Anyways, you know what it's time for?
What's it time for?
It's time for the Bourne trivia. He's running around. This is the trivia section of the show.
Oh, yes.
It can be named whatever.
I know, as evidenced by that.
Yep. Apparently, all the devices that Bourne uses in the movie, they're real, and they could be purchased by just any old average citizen. There's
Like
no
a gun, for example.
A gun or a radio that you can call your mate on or whatever. Or a device that can tell where you are in 90 seconds.
Pair of pants.
Pair of pants. Yep.
Shoes.
A magazine.
Magazine.
A knife.
Car.
A car. Car urban.
Correct.
Yeah, all of these things. Apparently, all the events in the movie were shot in reverse order of their location. So the scenes in Moscow were shot first and then Goa was shot last. I don't know what that even... sometimes you film movies backwards. They don't have to be filmed in order.
I was going to say, yeah.
Is what I'm saying. You can film anything anytime you want.
Do you think anybody's measuring hair lengths or
Definitely.
something like that to,
Yeah. You got to get continuity in terms of hair length, in terms of cigarette length in movies. These are all things that you have to get happening, and it's all happening. Mason, here's one for what you refer to as the ammosexuals.
Go on.
Bourne carries a Sig Sauer P225, but shoots 12 rounds through it without reloading, and it only holds apparently 8 rounds in the magazine plus 1 in the chamber.
Wow, that's embarrassing.
I agree.
Wow.
So, I don't know. I don't know why they'd make that mistake. But if I made a movie, there wouldn't be any mistakes. Like this or otherwise.
You are a perfectionist, though, and just naturally very good at making movies, in theory.
Great. I have a lot of great ideas. That would work.
Yeah, that's probably embarrassing for Sig Sauer as well.
No doubt.
Probably people are bringing their guns back.
Yeah.
Like, excuse me.
Oh, no, this was 12.
We're going to have 12 in.
This was 12.
I ran it at 9 and I was very embarrassed. Everybody at the range laughed at me. I said, check out this. I'm Jason Bourne. Bang, bang, bang. Oh, click. Oh.
That's only 3.
I know.
Oh, my goodness. Matt Damon apparently accidentally knocked out Tim Griffin, who played the CIA interrogator John Nevins during the scene in the consulate. Remember, Bourne's taken as prisoner? And they're like, wow. Bourne's...
Has he really been taken prisoner,
they
though?
think Bourne's walked right into this trap.
But they've walked into his trap of being beaten up by him, Jason Bourne.
As an actor, if you're a famous actor, how many people are you allowed to knock out before somebody will go, that's crook, actually?
2.
2?
I reckon it's 2.
Great, so he's got another one ready.
He's got another one ready to go.
All right. Do you think it's going to be Tom Holland on the set of The Odyssey?
Almost certainly.
Yeah.
No, it'll be a less famous person.
Okay.
It'll be a crew member.
Yeah, fair
Or
enough.
somebody on the, the press junket tour.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
We should get on that press junket to see if he'll knock us out.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
That'd be good.
Do you think if we put our heads really close together, he'd knock us both out at the same time?
I think if he hit one of us and our heads, like one head clunks into the other head.
Like an executive toy. Like
Exactly.
a desk toy, yeah.
Yeah. That'd be cool.
Yeah.
The box office for this, Mason, on a budget of $75 million, it made a bit over $290 million.
That's a big hit.
That's a huge hit. Moderately budgeted film, I guess.
Like back in the olden times.
Back in the old, I mean, bearing in mind, $75 million, in the mid 2000s is that's a significant budget. Unlike now, you could make anything for that. You wouldn't even bother making a movie. That's right. $75 million.
It doesn't even cover the Odyssey's catering budget.
No, it doesn't.
Which is why Matt Damon's so mad and he's going to punch us, hopefully.
Oh, God. I hope so. So that's a lot of fun, isn't it?
Yes.
Anyways, next week we'll be back for the Bourne Ultimatum. This was supposed to be the wrap-up. This was supposed to be Jason Bourne. You remembered enough stuff. You can have a lie down. But no, they were like, let's wait 3 years and then do another one, and then wait another 5 years and then do another one, and then wait another 4 years after that and then do another one.
We haven't thought of enough interesting stuff for him to remember.
Yeah, that's right.
Know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
Let's think of some more stuff. Like what he got up to,
Treadstone.
Treadstone. Precisely.
Yeah. Oh, and we found out what his real name is. Whatever. Tom Berenger.
I don't think it's Tom Berenger. I think that's an actor that already exists.
We don't know, do we?
No,
That's interesting.
Very interesting.
I like the mystery of it. Anyways, if you enjoyed this, guess what?
What?
You can see next week's video early at bigsandwich.co, but that's not the only thing going on there. It's our private subscription service. We also do video game Let's Plays. We looked at the Jason Bourne video game, that one from 2008.
Oh my God.
An adaptation of the first movie, except it doesn't look like Matt Damon, and that in itself is fascinating. Imagine a generic man running around in a Jason Bourne universe as Jason Bourne. You don't have to imagine it, Mason.
We've done it.
Yeah, that's right. We also do bonus podcasts. We do movie commentaries. Also, our podcast called The Weekly Planet, where we talk movies and comics and TV shows. That comes out there Sunday as opposed to Monday, where it's on its own YouTube channel. It's on Spotify. It's on Apple, etc. Thousands of hours of content.
We love it.
Yeah, and you can sign up once for $9 a month, and then you can download everything and unsubscribe. We don't care.
It's a little life hack for you.
Yeah, that's right.
You know, I mean, we'll know.
Yeah, we can tell.
We'll remember your email address.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Come to your house.
Yeah, we'll be visiting you, obviously.
Yeah, we're gonna Matt Damon your heads together. I assume this is a scheme between two of you.
Yeah, that's right. Exactly.
Two coconuts.
All right, thank you so much to Ben for the edit.
Thank you, Ben.
And thank you, Mason, for showing up in this video. You didn't want to do this one. You said you were done.
Did I?
Yeah, you said, can I just quit?
Well, yeah, I said I've got to find out my real name and what I did in Melton.
Yeah.
I had secret business in the swampy suburb of Melton in Victoria.
Well, I think you should take the week to figure that out.
Okay.
Okay, thanks, everyone.
Grab that gem, you guys. We'll see you next week.
Bye.